Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm John Alba. In the latest episode of Eddie Griffin's podcast, NNN, he would cover the Democratic National Convention, specifically Barack and Michelle Obama's speeches. Known for his outspoken views on politics and the world, Griffin would begin the segment by seemingly mocking the DNC audience responses to certain points in Barack and Michelle's speeches. Instead of getting overly excited, Griffin stated he still doesn't trust them because they still haven't said what they're gonna do for black people.
But yeah, I still don't trust none of them. They still ain't said what the they gonna do. All they tell about is how great America is. How the is it great? Everybody broke, homeless and motherfuckers, losing their houses, can't even afford houses no more. You gotta rent because the motherfucking BlackRock done bought up all the houses. But these black motherfuckers they done brought in, got everybody all hype. Ooh-wee, they brought out the big guns. Yes, they did, but they still ain't copping my vote. I ain't no sucker. What the are y'all gonna do for y'all ain't said that part.
Griffin would go on to give credit to Donald Trump for saying what he's going to do for black people. Unfortunately, Griffin did not go into detail in what that was. In addition, he would also give credit to Trump for stating that black people built this country. Griffin would end this topic by telling the Democrats, "I'm waiting." The comments under Griffin's video were actually supportive. One user on YouTube would address Griffin by writing, "Kamala Harris already said she ain't gonna do nothing specifically for black people. She actually said that in an interview." Now, Griffin's video would reach multiple platforms, as the Art of Dialogue would repost a portion on their X account. Of course, the comments here would be less than supportive, with one social media user asking, "What will Trump do for you then? Militarize the police? Defund education? Tax cut for his homies?" Another social media user would express a similar sentiment with, "Who cares what this clown says? He's not as important as he thinks he is. I don't trust any black person who wants to talk about black problems, but marries outside their race." One more user would post, "I will continue posting this under every post. What did black people want and ask for? If you want our legislators to come up with a policy for you, when there is no demand until the 25th hour, don't be vague. State what you want or stop complaining. You're confusing voters, making it seem as if we asked for something that was not given to us. Moreover, abstaining your vote would be more appropriate response than voting for someone who dehumanizes you and also has no plan for you." Now, a black policy agenda has been a talking point for upcoming presidential elections the last few cycles. If you remember, just before the 2020 presidential election, Ice Cube would meet the then President Trump to discuss a specific agenda for black Americans. That meeting drew criticism from many not liking the rapper's decision to meet with a Republican candidate running for re-election. This led to what was called the Platinum Plan, Trump's initiative to help black Americans. When news got out of the meeting, Ice Cube would take to social media to clarify his meeting with Trump was not an endorsement, but instead a way to talk about his contract with black Americans. Back then, Ice Cube would write, "Black progress is a bipartisan issue. When we created the contract with black America, we expected to talk to both sides." At the time, Cube would go on to say, both Democrats and Republicans reached out to him regarding his policy plan. According to Cube, Democrats asked to speak after the 2020 election, while the Trump administration made adjustments to the Platinum Plan after speaking to him, although it's unclear what changes were made. So what do you guys think about Eddie Griffin's reaction to Barack and Michelle Obama's speeches at DNC? Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Plus, stay up to date for the latest news and comedy by subscribing here to our YouTube channel. And check out hypersclub.com for our full interviews. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to send us a super thanks by hitting the button below. And you can tip us what you want to show your support. Reporting live from the Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm John Alba.
Did y'all enjoy that? We've got so much more for you at hypersclub.com. Our exclusive interviews and backstage content gives you the chance to feel a part of the club. So what are you waiting for? Come on and join.